Hello. I have to do that again. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Back Post. Welcome to another live watch along. This one is in a very cozy atmosphere. I'm downstairs in my living room. Washington's in the back, but it's a Chelsea shirt, so it doesn't matter. And I hope everyone's doing good. Thanks for getting in the comments. I see some of you. Yusuf was here bright and early, of course, getting his first comment in. Proper loyal geezer. Welcome back. Marcus said he's nervous, and bro, you're not the only one, man. You're not the only one that's nervous. This is a terrifying game. The Fulham game was terrifying, to be honest. And then there's this one, which is a step ahead. And then Elliot said he likes the sexy jazz music. Thank you, Elliot. I like that as well. But yeah, no, thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Josh will be here in a bit. He's late. He's eating his food, but of course, Josh is late. Yeah, and let's get into it a little bit. We've got some talking points, but of course, we've got to talk about. Oh, as I say, Josh joins, but we're going to talk things. Yes, Josh, mate.
Hello, how you doing? You still haven't come through these headphones yet, which is not ideal.
You can't hear me?
No, I can. Just you're not in the way I'm supposed to.
Okay. Do you like my vibe today, Josh? The relaxed vibe.
It's very. I have bought a small villa somewhere in Portugal.
Oh, with the windows, like we call them church windows, to be fair. But yeah, that is quite villa-esque, isn't it?
It is indeed. I still haven't got the game up. Not that it matters yet.
No. Like I said, he likes is the funky light up. It isn't anymore, mate. We painted it. We took it down. We used to have this little light that was.
Just bear with me 1 sec. Sorry.
No worries. We used to have this light. I'm going to drop him out because I can hear myself. That was like a picture of a beach that lit up and made beach sounds. It was really weird. You're happy to be here, mate. Thank you. I'm happy you're here. Ace is also here. Oi, of course, Ace is here, and Elliot's here. What? I don't understand. No, thanks for everyone being here. God, it's a chill vibe, man. I feel like I shouldn't be hosting a show right now, but here I am in my cozy villa. Right. Whilst Josh is sorting out his thing, I'm going to pull up the lineups before we get into it. So, this is our Chelsea lineup, right? And Josh is back. Josh, this is our Chelsea lineup.
Right, so we're not going to get into the game for another half an hour as Jay cries about Gilmore, then I assume.
Yeah, I just need to cry a little bit about Billy Gilmore, and I think a lot of people need to do the same because it's where the injustice, man. Kovacic was rubbish last game, and
maybe Gilmore it's just being sensible. Maybe it's the one sensible thing Lampard's doing, Jay. Look at Wilshere, look at Winks, look at bloody all of these players. I can only think of two examples off the top of my head now, but you know.
Yeah, no, don't bring him in too quickly. Yeah, no, you're right.
This is on Sky, right?
Yeah. But anyway, so Gilmore's not in there. Kovacic. I think that's my only gripe with the lineup, to be honest. I'm quite happy with everything else. Rudiger's a bit shaky, but he wasn't last game, to be fair. I'm not going to hate on him too much. He weren't too bad. It was against 10-man Fulham, so that's a big caveat.
Yeah,
but other than that,
and
Reece James is back as well, which I'm really happy about because we've like the last couple of games that Asby's played, like he's just looked tired. He's getting done so often on that wing, and when Reece was there, it wasn't happening. So I'm happy he's back. I just hope it's not rushed back. I hope he's actually okay to be back in the side. And then of course, no Werner. Which was to be expected. In my preview, I did say I wanted him in, but it was to be expected. No Werner after the performances.
Can we talk about the fact? Well, I just want to talk about the fact that your bloody Chelsea Twitter is completely blowing up about the possibility of getting Erling Haaland. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's crazy.
What do you guys want?
Listen, you know what it is? It's a fan base, right? And it's a fan base that's used to throwing monies at problems. That's what it is. Like that's what has happened in the past couple of years. So like it's not going too great just at this current moment. Ooh, my mic fell over. And they're thinking, throw money at Haaland then. Whereas you know, I don't know if that would fix the problem. And I don't know if
it would fix the problem, but it's a joke. You bought Werner now. If you wanted to wait, you could have been absolutely fine with two decent strikers up until his buyout clause.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but listen, the Werner thing wasn't to be expected, though, was it? But we all thought, well, I thought especially, and a lot of Chelsea fans thought he'd come in and just hit the ground running, and that's it. Timo Werner scoring goals, and it just hasn't worked out that way. But I'm not condemning him too much. It's been poor, and I think Lampard's right to pull him out of the firing line because the headlines were all about him. That's not going to do his confidence any good, and of course, his confidence is the thing that's at the lowest point right now. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what's the problem.
I just don't know. There's lack of confidence, and then there's starting to meme. And if he gets to that point, I don't know. Like you've had,
I don't think
class strikers at your club.
Yeah,
it seems to go the same way every time.
Well, it you know what? It doesn't know. Like the odd few will come through. Like like Drogba had a rough year. He had a really rough year the first year at Chelsea, and then he went on to win us the Champions League.
Yeah, but Drogba is one of the greatest strikers the Premier League's ever seen. Like
but in his first year, in the first
Ronaldo,
year, Josh,
he's not going to struggle.
No, but in the first year of him being at Chelsea, no one would have thought that. No one said that. So time is.
Where are you now? Where are you now in the point that but maybe time won't tell because maybe you won't give him time.
That is the problem. That is the problem. No, I mean Lampard has come out and said, he's gonna come good. He said that these things happen. It happened in his career, so on and so forth. He will get the time, but I think it's smart pulling him out because the headlines, the memes, it's all about him at the moment. Even though we won, it was good, the fact that he missed that last chance, and that's not good for his confidence. Before we do get on to the rest of it, I want to talk about their lineup real quick. It's being shown on screen, but I have got it here, Josh. So that's their lineup, and Vardy's the big one because he did pull up with a little niggle at the end of the last game, but he seems to be fine to start this one, which is worrying considering we have Rudiger at the back and Thiago Silva, who
Castagne's back. That's big.
Yeah. So they've got a very strong lineup out there as well. Especially with Ndidi, Tielemans, Maddison's in hot form. Even Barnes is in good form. So this is a massive test for Chelsea today. I won't lie, I'm bricking it, Josh.
I think you're ahead of me as well, so you will be pleased.
That's good news. That is good news. Yeah, no. Do you want to carry on talking about Timo Werner a bit more just before we kick off here?
No, I want to. Before the game starts off, I think we have a much bigger chat to have. But we'll see how Werner gets. Oh, is he on the bench?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll see if that happens. We'll revisit it. But for now, we need to talk about how big a game this actually is for Chelsea. I think this is your biggest game of the season so far, easily.
Yes, it was.
You go 9 points behind Leicester if you lose today.
Yeah, no, this is
9.
There's no two ways around it. This is a massive game. We Leicester it's such a peak game to be so big against Leicester, in form Leicester. But yeah, no, it's huge because where we are in the table, we're 8th in the table now. Like you said, starting to fall behind in points. Even like say for Spurs, for example, you had a little dip in form. You were drawing some games you probably should have won, but you're still up there and still more in the conversation than we are. We have really took a dip, and it needs to turn around now because if it doesn't, top 4 is just becoming slowly out of our reach.
There's no. Sorry, I didn't realise there's no Giroud. What's going on there?
Is he not? Is he not on the bench?
No.
That's
where this game gets interesting, isn't it? Because
he's not on the bench.
That's where this game gets interesting because if Abraham doesn't, Abraham might have a great game, but if Abraham doesn't have a great game, and you have to turn and put Werner on in a pressured scenario, that's where this game becomes unstuck for you. And I sent you a video before we started that we'll quickly talk about because it was harsh, and don't agree with everything Darren Bent said on TalkSport, but he did make some very good points. And if I'm going to play the ultimate harsh guy here, Frank Lampard's done well in his first year with not the players he would have necessarily wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And every single need that Chelsea needed this season was given to him and then some. Because let's be honest, Havertz was a pure luxury on top of that.
Yeah.
You needed a goalkeeper, you needed a left back, you needed a centre back, you needed to improve your attack. You literally, in every single area of your squad, apart from midfield, unless we kind of drop Havertz in there, have improved and improved. But then again, your midfield is one with Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante, and Mount. Like, it's not bad midfield.
No, it's good.
So it is this interesting point of, and I still think it's the case, isn't it? Unless I'm wrong. Since Frank Lampard's, that table of Frank Lampard being the lowest Chelsea points per game. I assume he hasn't climbed out of that bottom spot yet. And
no,
unless Chelsea prove everyone wrong, when does the trigger get pulled? Because I know it's a conversation that keeps having. I know you don't want it to be had, but it's your club. It's what they do. If Tottenham can pull the plug on Poch, if Arsene Wenger could be hounded out, no one is safe.
No, and especially at Chelsea. No, you're absolutely right. I said this in a fan camp. I can't remember what game we lost, maybe the City game, and I said we've just got to enjoy Lampard while it lasts, because I know this club, I know the owners, I know what they're like, and they will be ruthless. I think there is just that slight little bit difference with it being Lampard. It's not just Di Matteo that's come back. It's not just a different player like Carvalho, just as a weird example. It's the club legend that's come back, So it's different. There's a different level there.
Shearer still got axed.
Yeah, but we're not talking about Newcastle.
Newcastle.
I know. And that's a case study to follow for sure. But that makes it that slight bit different. And I do believe, unless it's this difficult, I still think he'll be given to the end of the season. I think it'll be very harsh if he doesn't, just because of who he is. If this was any other manager, he might have been gone already, or if this game may or may not have. But personally, I think, being a Chelsea fan, he will be given till the end of the season, just out of respect alone, especially because of last year sorry. I was going to say, last year being a case study for anything, that we had peaks and we had troughs last year, but ultimately we did well with what we had in the end, and finishing top 4 was a good thing, and that was a span of a season, and we didn't get that confirmed until the last day as well. So to be given the full season to see what might play out, we have such a lot of talent on the pitch. Things can and will change. It's just I think patience needs to be given. Okay. Go on. Sorry.
Just one scenario for you. Mm-hmm. If I could offer you like Matrix, blue, green, and red, blue pill and red pill. Blue pill, what happens has happened. Exactly, nothing changes. But red pill, you get Allegri in for 3 years. You never got Lampard, and Lampard takes a job somewhere nice and sensible. Maybe imagine if he had the Celtic job. How good would that be if he was like Lampard v. Gerrard?
That'd have been a cool narrative.
If he had like the Fulham job and he was at London, or he was at a Palace, and there was a very clear idea that one day, because he's only 40, Roy Hodgson's 70, he has 30 years to find his. Yeah. The issue is now, and I know he had to take the job because you don't know if it'll be offered again. But Frank Lampard had 30 years to try and find his way back to the Chelsea job, and now if he does fail here, the Chelsea board will never look at him, even if he goes off and wins the league with, I don't know, City. He could do that again.
Dickhead.
Would the Chelsea board look back at him and go, "Well, he failed the first time"? It's just difficult. Yeah, maybe he's just gone too early.
The gone too early narratives is absolutely just is fair. They circumstance. I don't think Chelsea really wanted to get him in when we did. I think circumstances led to the point where Lampard might have been one of few options to get in. You never know. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They might have went to an Allegri, or they might have went to someone else available at the time and said, what do you think? And they might have gone, no, you're in this transfer ban. You've got this weird kind of thing. You've lost your best player. They might not have said yes already before they went to Lampard. But I agree. It was premature to get him in when we did. But and that decision, it's only time will tell again with that decision. But it's the thing is for me like that. I think it's a very valid point, but for me, it's like the decision's been made now. We need to live with the decision, move on. Lampard needs to do the best he can. He's said it plenty of times, and I think this is what I love about Lampard. He says it. I like to think he says how it is, and he goes, "I know when I took this job, there's going to be pressure on me. I know that I'm going to be hounded with performances. I'm at a top club. I know that." He knows what. He's been at the club. He's seen managers come and go. He knew the challenge when he accepted it. So he just needs to deal with it, and we need to just deal with it. Oh my god!
Okay, I'm just
sorry. Hold on, they've just fucking scored. Indeed, he's just scored from outside the fucking box.
Is it? Okay, I'm pretty behind you then. This I was about to ask you a question, but now it feels like it was going to be it's going to be a fair question. I can hold it off for a bit if you want, but I was going to ask you a fair question.
Just look at this goal, right? Because
okay, it hasn't happened for me yet.
So
Still.
Barnes just absolutely hits it, and then indeed he hits it from outside the box. Not with much venom, but it's just like all the defenders and the goalkeeper just watch it go in. Tammy's the only one that tries to stop
yet,
it.
But it's just cut to Fofana's hair, and he's got a broken heart shaved into the back of his hair.
Fuck's sake! So
that's a good finish.
Going on. It's the way it's curved. It's so unpredictable, but yeah, and it's just hit the inside of the post and come out. Oh, this is exactly what we didn't need. An early goal is exactly what we didn't need. Oh.
But yeah, it's pressure now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The pressure's immediately on now.
Yeah,
yeah,
great.
That's a wonderful finish. Like, I'm not gonna even pretend that Kepa's lost form or something with that shot. So don't worry. Not Kepa, sorry, Mendy.
It's the curve on it was unreal. Just a bit of ball watching from the defenders, though. It's like so easy to get there. I mean, it came from I think it was a Barnes missed hit, so like it came out of nowhere, but still, it's just we didn't need an early.
There's not a way you can really. Right, I was going to ask you a question. Pretend that goal didn't happen. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
I want you to objectively tell me something you don't like about Lampard as a manager.
Excuse me. I mean,
I'm going to put a Coke in the freezer while you do that, but it's just over here, so you can leave me on.
Okay. I mean, it was different last game, but sometimes he's quite late to make substitutes that need to happen sooner, and that definitely frustrates me. And
right.
Go on.
Yeah. So I was reading a few things about him, and apparently he's really taken on that Mourinho trait of he's not the kind of guy that you blame his players a little bit, and it reminds me a bit of Glenn Hoddle. So Glenn Hoddle was a fantastic manager when he was at England, but whenever he tried to take anyone a bit lesser than England, Glenn Hoddle got really, really frustrated because he was good at football, and he was with players that, Mount is maybe Mount's not a good example, but if he's trying to get Jorginho to do Lampard things, and I think there might be an element of that to it as well. I think he needs to kind of get to grips with the fact that no one in that squad is better than Frank Lampard. And that must be such a difficult thing when you're going, well, lads, I just want you to do this. And then they do it wrong and you're like, no, this. And they're all like, we're trying.
Yeah, no.
And it's an issue Glenn Hoddle used to face. So
yeah, definitely. But you know what it is as well, like he's so early in his managerial career that he will learn that he has to learn about that still, you know what I mean? We had like the point can come back to that again, like he needs to learn that they aren't Frank Lampard and they might not be able to do the same things and then he can adapt from that, you know what I mean? But that's something that he needs to learn still, and this is the difference. He's learning it at the top of the table, he's learning it in the top club, he's not learning it at the lower clubs anymore.
Which answers your question, doesn't it? Which answers the question that you should never, no matter who you are, as it boils down to it, be at Chelsea if you have to learn on the job. That is why no matter what job we go into, Jay, we're going to get, well, I've got, right now I'm in training And like that's how it works. Like when neither of us are walking straight into Panasonic, not Panasonic, Paramount. I mean Paramount Studios, and being like, right lads, let's go.
Yeah.
And then like you sat there with your director, and the director's like, who are you? No, don't mind me. I'm just learning. Now do what I say.
Yeah, but you know what it is? You know what it is, Josh? But you know, if Spurs turned around and said, do you want to be head of content? You'd say absolutely, wouldn't you?
I would, yeah. But I would also...
So it's the same sort of thing, isn't it?
I would also definitely, surround myself with...
They know you're...
I just wonder if Lampard should have followed more what Terry's done, I guess.
Shapat said hello, by the way. Hello, Shapat.
Life.
Thanks for being back. And I can feel a comeback. Hopefully so, mate. Hopefully so. We haven't played awfully until that moment, annoyingly. Oh, okay. Sorry, Tammy touched it. What was you going to say? Sorry, mate.
No, just that. I just was wondering if he should have maybe followed the John Terry path of just being number 2 at Chelsea for 3 years. Wouldn't have been the end of the world.
No. There's so many options that could have happened. Absolutely. He could have been a number 2 and learned from that. He could have gone elsewhere and carried on learning in the Championship and then bringing it up to Premier League level. Maybe loads of this could have happened and probably should have happened. But again, I'll say it again, like it didn't. And he's the manager now, so he needs to deal with that. And the board need to deal with that decision that they've made. Do you know what I mean? Oh, for God's sake, lads.
Yeah.
God's sake, sorry. They're some more sloppiness at the back there. Chilwell and Mendy arguing with each other. No.
What have you made of Chilwell? It's a good time. It's a good time to chat about Chilwell now because we're playing. You're playing Leicester. So what have you made of him?
Well, listen. He when we was on that hot form, he was a really key part of it. Definitely just was a key part of it. And it's hard to say, isn't it? Because in the bad run of form we've had, there's only been a select few of players that you can actually say has been good, and Chilwell hasn't been one of them. So right now, I can't say that, but he's miles better than any of the other left backs we have at the club. And I'm happy. I'm still happy that we've got him. I'm sure he's looking at Leicester now, like, for fuck's sake. But no, he's class. I really do love Chilwell. I think in the transfer window, I said the biggest thing we need is a left back and a goalkeeper. So to get Chilwell, I was really happy.
Yeah, just needs to wear less gel, doesn't he?
Listen, he's so much better looking when he's got his hair down. In a game, he's like and gets it there, streamlined maybe, so he's running up and down the wing with a bit more aerodynamics.
And let's be honest, we've all done the Chilwell haircut in the shower. We've all.
I've got a massive forehead.
Oh, that is a horrible stat that's just popped up there for you.
I missed it. I think I missed it.
So when Leicester have scored first this season, they've scored first 9 times.
Yeah.
And they've won 9 of those games.
Yeah. It's the exact thing we didn't need was them to score early. We needed an early confidence goal, not an early fucking knockdown goal, conceding a goal, It's desperate times, man. You know what it is? You know what it is, though, as well? It's all this Lampard talk we have. And I think me and you have just had a very good conversation about Lampard, a very civilized conversation about him, I think, opposed to most of Twitter and stuff. But it's just always the factor as well. Yeah, if you bring someone new in, there's a bounce, but bringing someone new in during the season, it's always a bit weird, man. It's always a bit shoddy to do. So I'd still rather. Oh yes, Chilwell. Oh come on, lads. Sorry, Chilwell just nutmegged the player, and then Tammy just tried to pass it back to him. It's always a bit shoddy to replace someone halfway through the season. Let Frank complete his season and assess him then. I've always thought that. I thought that with every manager that we've ever had, and you know me, I don't go for any manager.
Yeah, and I completely get what you're saying. It depends on how badly you're doing and what other options are available. Like, if you don't, it's a difficult one. You don't just sack Frank, but if Nagelsmann knocks on the door and says, "Oh, by the way, I'd really like to manage Chelsea, then suddenly you have to go, ooh,
Oh my God, Maddison just rattled the crossbar.
what's happening?
Maddison just rattled the crossbar. Like outside the box again, just
But
simple,
yeah, no, it's sorry.
simple shit.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, but I'll react when I'm there. But no, all I'm saying is that what you're saying. It makes perfect sense, and in an ideal world, yes. But if you drop below 12th at the back end of the season, or if another manager, like for instance, like I don't agree with Bilic being sacked, but the fact that Allardyce was available and other clubs were going to approach him, it made sense.
I really, really don't want to, sure, you know.
That would be terrible.
A lot of the Chelsea fan base are calling for him at the moment, and I really don't want him. He falls out with the board at every club he's been at. I'm not saying he's not a good manager, because he is, and he's, you know, I mean, he's won stuff, but he's won it at PSG, so does it count? But I just really wouldn't want to, sure. Like, and I feel like he might be the one that we go for as well. So that's even more incentive for me not want Frank to go.
I think if you got Tuchel, you'd finish higher this season. If you got him tonight, if you sacked Frank tonight and got him, you'd finish higher this season. You'd have a good, not brilliant, but good season next season, and then you'd be straight back to square one next season after that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my theory of that.
Exactly that, but
Whereas,
we'll probably,
as much as I do,
we'll probably like have players will be older by then, not have developed as far as they could have done. You know, we've got a lot of young talent right now, and that has potential that need, you know what I mean? And if we go back to square one in a couple of years, but you know what it is, Josh, that's what Chelsea have done. We've got a new manager in, we've done well, we've won stuff, then we'll go back to square one in the next 2 years. That's what Chelsea have done in the last 2 decades, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. Did you see the other stat that popped up there, Jay?
I don't know. I don't know if I keep missing these stats. I haven't took my eyes off the screen, but I keep missing these stats. A said purely.
Maybe you're just watching the game too much, but the stats are appearing in the bottom corner.
A said purely because Pat thinks there'll be a comeback. Chelsea going to get smashed. Cheers, Ace. Listen, you never know. You never know. We haven't been, like I said, we haven't been bad.
So the stat. The stat there, just for the record, was that since Lampard's taken over at Chelsea, only Newcastle have conceded more away goals.
Yeah, I've seen that one before. The last year, the goals we conceded were just unreal. It was just, I think it was like 56. Was it something like that number? I can't remember. It was just terrible, but we still finished fourth somehow. And to be fair, we've shored it up this season. We don't score as many this season. That's something we've worked on, and it's improved. But now, for some reason, we can't score any goals. It's like one or the other with Chelsea at the moment.
Well, it's not with Chelsea. So that's a common team. They're a common problem. Lots of teams face because you know, oh God, we're leaking a few goals. Let's shore up and drop a player back. Oh no, now there's not enough players to attack. Let's put one up. Oh no, we conceded another. Like, it's a bit of a loop.
Yeah, no, I know, but you know, it's just like it's just one of those frustrating things in football, isn't it? I think Shapat and Ace are going to start arguing again because Shapat's come back with, I mean, they beat you 2-0. He's not wrong, but
not this
you know, he's not wrong with the fact that he beat you, but ultimately, you're still what, sixth?
Ultimately, we shouldn't be playing a game of who's shitter between Tottenham and Chelsea. That's not what anyone wants.
No, yeah, it's. I was much happier when we were saying we're both good. That was a fun time. No, I don't want this who's shitter at the moment. Oh, nicely done, James. Nicely done. That's more positive. He got a shot on target. See that him and Callum on that right side just beautifully working 1-2s. We got into the box with such ease. So that's just, I want to see that certain more, man. It's took us 20 minutes. We need to be quicker. Oh God! I said it when I tweeted the stream out. I really, really hope that I don't regret doing this live stream, and I'm starting to regret it already. Go on. Oh, you fucker. Come on.
It doesn't look good. Either.
Good save.
Reece James tries that. I've just got to that first Reece James shot you're on about, and he tries those quite a lot, doesn't he? And it looks good, but I'm not sure that it's ever going to trouble a keeper.
He's put some in.
Such an angle.
He's put some in, mate. It's if you hit it hard enough, the keeper's got a lot to. He's got to try and push it out,
Well,
and it might.
It's essentially that's my old. Do you remember whenever I used to take a futsal corner?
Yeah, and you just try and put it near the fucking yeah. I remember that. I remember me and you. we worked on that. We didn't work on it. I remember you saying, "I'm going to hit it as close to the goalkeeper as I can, and I'm just going to be next to the goalkeeper, wait to tap one in." I think we got a couple.
No one tapped it in, and the keeper would just usually it would spin off the keeper's shin and go in.
Yeah, and you'd just be like. I
remember.
remember.
I think I had a game once. Oh, sorry. Okay.
I was going to say in futsal once I was the only defender, and there was a corner kick, and I was on the halfway line. Sorry, Havertz was in on goal then, and I was the only defender. Everyone was up for this corner, and it's bubbled in the box, and it's come out to me, and I'm on the halfway line, and you just think, fuck it, I'm just going to hit it, and it's the best footballing moment I've ever had. I just hit it, and it just went like that and curved into the top bins, and I just I didn't mean it. I meant it, but I never thought in a million years it would go in. So I just went.
We can never talk about futsal without the day that me and you were facing each other in net, and I won the game from 1-0 down with a goal and assist.
It was, you know what though, and as sad as it was,
so angry. You were so angry.
You know what it was as well, because my team was dog shit that day. The defense were in your half, so then all of a sudden I was 1-on-1 most of the time with your players, and I mean I did all right, but get enough 1-on-1s, I'm going to concede.
Oh, we had 15 seconds left, and I just ran out of net into the half. That's good. And I just I'm the only. We should probably stop talking about futsal, but the one thing I miss is if I do this action, Jay, I'm sure you'll know what I mean. The ball's coming over the top from maybe you from defence. I've got my back to goal and just curled it off the corner every time. Just curled it to the corner. And everyone was like, how are you doing that? I was telling Yarrow about that.
Just got a good neck, and I
used to always try to fight me the other day.
Which one? Oh, the little one, the Canadian.
The little Canadian.
He was such an arsehole. I remember once he at full pelt ran into me, and then passed out on the floor, and I was like, "Oh no, have I killed him?" He was tiny.
If you've got any good futsal stories, get them in the chat. We'll read them out.
Or just 5-a-side stories and that. Yeah, I know. To be fair, sorry. I mean, the game's stressing me out. I'm thinking about better things.
Trying to get out. Keep me on. I'm just here.
Yeah, you do that. Someone said, "Go Chelsea." Come on, I like the optimism. I like go Chelsea. Oh, that's a good ball.
Maybe I should get a Tottenham shirt on. Just because I feel like
people probably think you're a Chelsea fan.
Because people will think, won't they? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing with the live stream we did.
Because then people will be like,
yeah, to be fair, what's a Spurs fan doing now? I like the other day with with the Liverpool United game, I had my Chelsea flag in the background, and I didn't mention anything, but I was like, I'm happy that that's there. Send him. Oh, he's offside. He's offside, surely. It's too late now, anyway.
He scored.
No. I don't know who made the pass, but Tammy was in acres of space, and he should have been sent 10 minutes before he did.
I will let you know who it was, Jay.
I like you being behind me, I must admit.
I'm like VAR, just watching the game.
Let me just make sure that was everything was okay with that. So what I can tell so far, we actually haven't played shit against Fulham. Josh, I know you didn't watch the game. We were dog shit, man. Like every pass was just rubbish. Oh my god, they keep taking long range shots. Fucking stop.
I'm pretty sure it was Mount, just so you know. But then again, him and Havertz are quite difficult to.
Yeah, it's the 29 and 19
because they both have the number 9. And
I've been there. I'm like
white short-haired, dark short-haired.
Havertz ain't short though, you know. Havertz is like 6'2".
No, he's quite spangly, isn't he? But
yeah, he's one of those lanky
I think it
dudes.
was Mount. I think it was Mount.
Should have released him sooner, man. I want to see more of this right-hand side being put to work a little bit. You know, the one biggest successful attack we've had came down that side. Get it there. We seem to be going fairly centrally at the moment. Good tackle there.
Tell you who does confuse me massively.
Go on.
We know that Leicester are a good team filled with top players, yeah?
Yeah.
And Mark Albrighton.
Listen, he's the one that took the shot, Werner. Yeah, he's still knocking about.
They've still got Ioz Perez, and they've got Iheanacho. They've got they've got Damari Gray. I know Damari Gray's definitely fallen off. That's why I've signed him for Blackburn on my career. But,
nice. I'm playing Birmingham City, and I tried to get Tomori, and they were like 10 million, please, and I was like, that's not in my budget.
Well, to be fair, that's she's got him on loan, like AC Milan will.
Loan an option. Actually, you know what? I think Elliot said this earlier. What do you think to the loan to buy for Tomori? It doesn't look like Frank is making decisions about his own squad. He said so. Yeah, I'm sure all managers make their own. Like so many managers don't get a say in their squad, so I don't think that's a problem just solely on us. But
I would say that's bullshit. I would say that's complete horseshit.
Well, you're telling me that
if Frank,
every manager has complete control of who they buy and who they don't?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like Elliot's kind of phrased it there, like Frank wants to keep Tomori, and he's not allowed to. The board are saying no. Whereas in actual fact,
Sorry,
Frank's not played Tomori.
If that, okay, fair enough.
So
sorry,
I thought Frank gives a fuck if Tomori leaves.
See, he insists.
I don't think Frank gives an flying fuck. If
he insists that Tomori is a future. And to be fair, when asked in a press conference, they were said, "Well, there's a buy option," and he said that's not confirmed yet. He said that, and to be fair, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's just been heavily rumored by some reputable sources. But for me, it's very upsetting. He's the third best defender at the club in my eyes. But listen, if he goes to, I'll be so happy. Silva, Zuma, Tomori for me. Then Rudiger, Christensen. You okay there?
Don't let
Lewis
say that.
I know, poor Lewis, man. I asked him the other day. I was like, "Why do you love him so much?" He goes, "I don't know. He's just a nice lad." And he was like, "I just think he's all right." I was like, "Fair enough."
To be fair, you're talking to Lewis Holtby's biggest fan, so it's fair.
Yeah, and then listen, I'll be so happy for him to get minutes at AC Milan, potentially win the league in Syria. That would be brilliant experience for him. And I'd be more than happy for him to do that.
Experience.
No, it is. Is it not?
I've won the league at AC Milan. Well done. What a good experience for you.
What a great day out you've had.
I've won the league. Oh, that's nice. Time for bed. No, what? I want them to buy me. Yes.
Fuck you.
Back to the reserves.
Fuck you. I didn't mean it like that. It would be class for him though.
No,
like him personally, absolutely.
It's
for Chelsea, it's stressful.
I ended up watching the full. Did you not get the link I sent you on Twitter for the game?
What link?
For Juve Inter.
Yeah, I didn't watch it all.
I sent you a link on Twitter.
Yeah, I did see it. I did react to it,
very
mate.
good link, just chilling on Twitter.
Yeah, it was fucking mad. Innit? The whole game was just there.
Good.
It's crazy. I mean,
I was like, okay.
yeah, when you sent it to me, I was like, what is this the highlights?
What,
The game's done.
Did you see the Timo Werner stat just came up there? That's damning, obviously. You see the stat, Jay? Did you see that stat?
I actually didn't see that stat. I don't know what's going on.
The one thing I was going to say is that it was just Timo Werner sat on the bench and it said no goals in 10 appearances. It was a sad time.
Yeah, in Premier League appearances, yeah, at his peak.
Yeah. But I will not talk about this for too long because no one wants to hear about Tottenham here, I'm sure. But two big transfer rumours breaking at the moment, Jay.
Have a pop. Oh, sorry. Schmeichel come about to the halfway line to header it away, and then it's fouled to kind of near us. And we should have tried to have a pop, but I don't think no one got to the ball quick enough. But that would have been amazing. Sorry, do you want to carry on with your point?
No, they're just two big Tottenham transfer rumours, Jay, which makes perfect sense to me.
Go on.
Dele Alli on loan to PSG, no option to buy. Pochettino apparently wants him, but they don't want to have the to buy option. Eriksen on loan to Tottenham.
Just loan.
Yeah, well, maybe with an option because Inter Milan do want him gone. They've come out and said that.
I understand that, yeah, but is your midfield not good already? Come on. Oh, fuck, that was the chance, lads. Unlucky. That was the chance. Hudson had done really good football there. Beautiful interplay there.
Our midfield is very, very good, but I'm getting rid of Harry Winks and Lo Celso in a heartbeat for Eriksen.
Yeah, but it's
so good.
But that's fair. But also, does he get as many minutes? He gets more minutes than he does at Inter Milan right now. But does he even get that much more minutes? Because you've got a settled midfield that you like. He'd be a rotational player again. And he wouldn't want that. He wants first team.
Also on and I've just seen that chance. Of course, he wants first team, but who's going to buy him? At the moment, it looks like it's us or Arsenal.
Go to Arsenal. Flop there. Come on, lads. This is so much better.
To be fair,
players go to Arsenal to die.
He works harder than Ozil, but imagine getting rid of it. Well, imagine getting rid of finally getting rid of Ozil, and then just signing Eriksen. Like, why?
Yeah, but then all of a sudden just don't play him. Keep playing that Smith Rowe.
Yeah,
they just, you know what? They just miss someone not playing at Arsenal. They just kind of miss that atmosphere. Hey, what do you think to the Ozil move?
I mean, I don't care. I watched the kickoff debate about it the other day. And me and Ross were discussing this the other day, and it's mad how everyone.
Why aren't you coming out, Mendy? For fuck's sake! Sorry, we're not conceded. He's made a save, but Vardy's in on goal, and he's past the defender, and he's letting the defender do the running.
Or has he missed?
No, he's made the save. He's kind of put a strong arm up.
Then he's made the right choice.
It was stress. Jamie Vardy's running at him. He was just like,
he's
to be fair, it's ballsy. To be fair, he's just gone.
Yeah, but he made the save.
But to be fair, it was close to not being because Thiago Silva had to come and sweep up behind him. Oh, no, I know what you mean.
If he ran out and got chipped, you'd be just as upset.
I mean, yeah, obviously. But
Mendy did fantastically there. I'm sorry.
Listen, some of the only advice.
And that's me defending your player.
No. Yeah, he did well. I was just stressed that he weren't coming out, but he did well in the end. To be fair, one of the only things that I got taught when I was being a goalkeeper was when there's someone running at you, run at them. So maybe that was just what kicked in. He's offside, actually, I think, Vardy.
But Jamie Vardy would chip you to fuck, just so you know.
To be fair, he
time.
tried to chip him. Actually, he tried to chip him, but he just got to it. I've just seen a replay of it. It's very good save. Sorry, Mendy. I'm sorry. Fair enough. This is why I'm
so
not.
All I was going to say was people keep talking. People keep talking about this Ozil thing as if one day they've just looked at him and gone, "You're not very good at football," and Ozil's gone, "Yes, I am," and they've gone, "No, you're not. Well, you're not playing." Whereas that's not what happened. Me and Ross were discussing this, and no one just talks about the fact that like there's concentration camps in China for like Muslims, and Mesut Ozil said, "Oh, I don't really agree with that," and then China went, "You better fucking stop playing Ozil, otherwise we're not giving you any money." Like,
yeah.
That's the reason.
It was one of their partners. It was like a Chinese sponsor, wasn't it? They were like,
"It's
"We can't be having that."
And
It's
everyone's like, "Oh,
political.
Ozil's down tools." Fuck off. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about Ozil, but also cut the guy some slack. I was listening to Rory. I know you might be doing some editing for Rory, but I was listening to Rory mouth off about the fact that he's not done anything for Arsenal. I was like, what? And Adam McCullough was speaking great sense. Just like, no, my man's been done. Like, I was discarded.
Yeah, I was definitely on McCullough's side there. Like, I like that. It was just a purely political decision, and Ozil was like, "Yeah, fuck it. Well, I'll stay here, and you can pay me then." And then now he's got to move to a club that he likes. I mean, he's an Arsenal player, so fuck him. But also, I'm quite happy for him.
And he's played in the Premier League, and for some reason now his dream is to play for Fenerbahce, and then go to DC United for some reason. But hey, if that's his dream, that's his dream. Let him live his life.
Fulfill your dreams, big man. You go and do
it. you go and follow in the footsteps of Rooney.
Maybe that's just his idol.
Calls.
Maybe Rooney's his idol. Wait. DC United have called and he goes, "Wait, is that the DC United that Rooney played for?" They were like,
"Yeah." He's like, the DC United.
Absolutely, sign me up. Oh, nice play. Oh, is the ref going to call it? Is he calling a pen, ref? You can't put your arm out slowly like that, big man. He was like this. He wasn't sure himself. I think so, but it'll probably go to VAR because the ref was not sure in that decision. Mason Mount's. Oh, I don't think it's a pen. The camera angle didn't do it justice there. Let's see it again. Oh, it's a soft fucking pen. I'll take it if we're giving it, but it's a soft one. Evans has just gone into Pulisic, I think.
Chelsea guy there.
It's Pulisic. It might get overruled. I mean, he touches his foot, but it's hard. It's a rough one. That. I think the tackle was made actually outside of the box.
It looked like it was outside the box to me, and Evans is pretty adamant that it was. But obviously,
he was just pointing at the ground. Yeah,
Evans isn't going to sit there and be like, "That's a pen."
Referee, come on, that's a fucking pen.
That's definitely outside the box, though.
Yeah, no, they've given it as a free kick.
Okay,
which is fair, I guess. I mean, to be fair, it's quite a soft free kick, but I'll take it nonetheless.
Was he carded for it or not?
I don't think so, actually. No, I didn't see one. I'm busting for a piss as well. Come on, lads. Who's taking this? We've got Havertz, Mount, Reece, and Tammy over it. Chilwell's appeared. Havertz, come on.
Should be Mount, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but I'd say Havertz, sit down, big man. You haven't took a free kick in your Chelsea career yet. Let someone else be near that. I think Mount will take it. Come on, Mace.
Hit it on the
mouth. Listen, if that was Harry Kane and he said it in his adolescent voice, you'd love it. Come on, Mace. 3 in 3 games if you score this, mate.
For this one, aren't they?
He's eyeing it up. He's good. He's a really good free kick taker, to be fair. And watch him sky it now after I say that. Come on.
He's all right.
Come on, mate. Oh, come on. Come on. Or just lay it off to someone, be cheeky. Nah.
As soon as he misses or scores, okay, he's missed. Go for a wee. Go for a wee.
All right, go for a wee.
I'll hold the stream.
I'll drop myself out because I need to move the mic.
Right, when Jay comes back, we're going to be discussing free kick takers. So I don't really want to repeat myself too much, but what he says, like, Mount's a good free kick taker. It's weird, isn't it? Because, like, Kane is a crap free kick taker. When you think Kane, you know that you can put the ball down and kick the ball into the goal. You can't do it from a free kick. It's weird. Eric Dyer, on the other hand, fucking mad free kick taker. It's weird. It's weird. Like, who should be the free kick taker for Chelsea? Pulisic, probably. Like, stereotypically, if you were playing on FIFA, like, you'd be expect Pulisic over it. I'm just going to see the free kick now. Ooh, that's terrible. When Jay said it missed, I thought it was a close miss. I didn't realise that was bad. I do think Mount needs to shave his chin. Comment below if you agree that Mount's chin is not a good look for the kid. Sorry, just checking that. So yeah, 5 minutes to go. Well, probably less than that, isn't it? Because I'm behind. So like 4 minutes to go of the half, and I can't imagine much else happening now. I think they'll take the 1-0. And this is what we were discussing with Jay. There's no Giroud, so it's going to have to be pressure for Werner. Oh, Jay's gone for a wee and Leicester have scored. Oh no.
What a fucking joke.
Oh, I was just I literally, Jay, we'll have to clip that up. I'm so sorry, but I've just been saying how that the half's going to end 1-0 and then it's going to be how Chelsea react. And then they just put one away and I was like...
Such a joke. We've been playing so much better in that since the goal, and I come down. I didn't even see the goal. I just saw the 2-0.
It's a good goal. It's a very good goal. Oh, it's a handball from Pulisic as well, just before it happens. Weird.
It's not been given.
No, but like it wouldn't be given because it's. But no, really nice. Not on the volley, but the ball's just been. It's just a long ball over the top, and just before it makes contact with the ground, Maddison's curled it with the instep and curled it round Mendy. Like it's a fantastic goal.
It's just fucking typical. We were playing well. We had a really good opportunity in that free kick.
Well, you say that, Jay, but you didn't tell me quite how dire the free kick itself was.
I mean, it went quite far over. You got to look where he was to get it up and down over the wall. Was a bit ambitious.
No, I know, but to say a good opportunity when you don't hit the target is a difficult one.
Well, it was a good opportunity that wasn't taken.
Yeah, right, so I was going to actually have a quick discussion with you when you came back, Jay. If you want to join in.
Well, Shabat just said that Lampard's going to get sacked in the morning.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I don't even give a shit that much. Like I know we mock you a little bit for it. That's obviously what we do.
A little bit,
but like I genuinely don't know what the right thing to do is with Lampard. I don't, and I know you want to keep him. I get that, and I respect that, and that's cool. I get completely why, but at the same time. It's a different.
Listen, I will stick with him because I love him.
That's fair. All I was saying while you were away, Jay, was free kick takers are weird, aren't they? Tottenham's a prime example. When you think of Harry Kane, you think of someone that can put the ball in the net.
Yeah, put it anywhere he wants.
Free kicks, absolutely not. Eric Dyer, on the other hand, if Tottenham have a free kick, I want Eric Dyer over it, and that is such a confusing thing in my brain.
I used to want the only thing I wanted over my free kick. The only man I wanted was David Luiz at one point.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like these players that, like for instance, I was saying that if you're on FIFA, well, you know, where I get all my expertise from.
Yeah, of course.
Probably the player you'd want is Pulisic, I guess, or Ziyech. They're the two people you'd imagine be the free kick takers. And I think actually Ziyech is pretty good, isn't he?
His set pieces are wonderful. But the thing is, like,
it's weird.
Mason Mount. I mean, like, I get your option there with Dyer is a crazy one, but you're right. You want him there, and like when I used to want Louise over it and stuff, but Mason Mount's a good free kick taker.
No, yeah, I'm not slagging that. Sorry.
Kobe the Lane said, "What's wrong with Chelsea? Would you say, mate? Oh, I haven't even changed the score. Hold on. How sad is that? Listen, I can't with this game specifically. I don't know what to tell you, mate, because we've played miles better than we played against Fulham, but just Leicester's two class moments of magic have resulted into good goals, and we just haven't been able to produce those moments.
They have been better than you, though. Like, don't take it away from them. They've been better.
No. They have produced the two best chances and took those chances. We haven't
but
had
also
that many
in general play as well. Like, let's be honest, like Vardy could have made it 2 before.
Yeah, but again, you can say we played well by Mendy played well by saving it, and we've had good build-up play. It's just again typical story. There's nothing been at the end of it.
Yeah. And to be honest, like, as a neutral, and I'm not saying this is a Tottenham fan that hates Chelsea, I'm saying this is a pure neutral. I get that he had a purple patch, and players can come in and have purple patches. That's great. But now that the dust has settled and we're quite, relatively far into his Chelsea career, obviously I'd feel differently if I liked him because I was a Chelsea fan. But as a pure neutral, I think it's time to cut your losses with Tammy. Just as a harsh point of view, I just don't see it.
No, I disagree because this season he scored maybe the most out of anyone so far, or maybe Giroud scored more. He scored about 4 or 5 goals, which is the most.
4 or 5, okay. Even if that's the most, then that doesn't sell me. Sorry, I thought you meant like using.
No, yeah, but the most at the club. Everyone else in the club is also failing to score.
Yeah, I know, but I can see Werner getting his confidence up and sprinting in behind. I don't see, like, for me, Tammy Abraham is a technically good player. I know he is, but he's so tall and he doesn't seem that fast. Is that fair? He's not that fast, is he?
No, I disagree. He's quite quick.
he just strikes me as someone that should be like doing the Salomon Rondon job of holding the ball up and bringing other people into play. And
he is a bit. He's one of those, like, you look at Giroud, who's next to him in the same squad, and he's that perfect hold up play. He's that perfect bring the ball down, get people around him, also be an aerial threat. And Tammy isn't quite that, but it's like he's a bit of a weird mix of the two. I think he likes being on the ball and running in behind as much as he likes being a hold up player. So he's a bit of a weird mix of the two, and maybe he needs to either, I don't know, maybe he needs to just progress and become more of one or the other, or I don't know. Yeah, it's one. He's not the complete package right now. But again, you can still use that same argument. He's young, but I wouldn't sell him as you're insinuating there, because Giroud goes before Tammy does, because Giroud's older.
Does he though? Because I think if you kept Giroud for another 3 years, he'd get more goals than Tammy.
Well, you never know. Tammy might go on to become
he might. But just as interesting. So let's just talk about that first half then, because for me, especially when I'm just a bit behind you, obviously, so I've just watched it. I'll tell you who looked. And I'm not suggesting they're going to leave. I'm not suggesting they're going to do anything. But I'm just suggesting in terms that he might come out and have a point to prove. But for a guy that had his head down and he looked fucking furious, but not furious as in like, right, let's fix this. Furious as in like, oh, fuck this, was Pulisic. And he hasn't had a good half, I don't think. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. He's been involved with some of the link-up plays that has been nice, more centrally, weirdly, not out on the left where he is. Yeah, no, he hasn't been amazing.
Difficult.
And you know what? It's since coming back after the second injury, he hasn't been totally like the player he was, but that he could still be suffering from injury and stuff. Like, what you want to see from Pulisic is him taking the ball, asking for it, and then running at them. And we've not actually done that half, have we? We have not actually just ran at them. We've tried to build it up a bit.
My issue with Pulisic is I don't think he'll ever be. I think he'll have class moments. He's a top player, but I don't think he'll ever be consistent. It's just as a theory again. I don't think he'd play a full season, like a Hazard season, where every game you're like, "Fuck me, go away, mate. You're too good." You know what I mean? He will obviously He'll run past Arsenal and he'll get subbed on in that game he got subbed on against. Was it Liverpool where he did them? On constantly, but then he will come the next game, and you'll just kind of go. You won't be like "fuck off," but you'll be like, eh.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Again, I feel like a broken record but again, he's a very young player, so you never he has. But with the Hazard comparison, that's such big shoes to fill, isn't it?
But it's also you get as a young player, you have to question. You have to see. Same.
Yeah, so he could Sorry, we keep talking over each other, don't we?
No, he was good at Dortmund. He was class at Dortmund. And then they went, you know what, we don't need him. We've got Sancho. And now Sancho's going the same way. And maybe Werner will take Sancho's place. And maybe Dortmund just have this really good way of getting this. They're clearly great players, but they're not the world-class players that Dortmund make them look like, potentially.
Yeah, massive shout. Who knows? He hasn't had the best half, that's for sure. I mean, and Kobe the Kane just said here, would you bring in anyone off or maybe change formation? Because that's something right now. Like, does Lampard do anything drastic now at half time? He's only ever done it once in his managerial career, I think. I think he brought off Mount maybe at one of the times. For me, honestly, I don't know, right? Because we haven't played awful. We've played okay, but we've not made the chance.
Can we bring your bench back up, or can I get it? I'll get the bench up, maybe. I don't mind. But if you want to bring it up as well,
yeah, I'll have a look at it. We'll have a look at that now, mate. So, if you look at the bench, we've got attacking wise, Ziyech, Werner, and Gilmour to come on.
I mean, that's not Gilmour's not attacking wise, is it?
Actually, attacking wise, we have two players with with missing Giroud. I don't know why Giroud's not in there. I think he might have been injured or something. I mean, listen, Ziyech oh shit, my mic keeps falling over. Ziyech has the ability to change a game.
For me, as a neutral, what I would do is not is Rudiger off, because A, he hasn't particularly impressed, and B, get Zuma on to be solid, but also if you get a goal from a corner, which we know he can do, that's something. And
I said that in my preview, actually. I said we had 12 corners against Fulham, and not one of them went in, and you'd think if Zuma was on the pitch, one of them might have gone in. So
for me, if you were going to do anything drastic, which I'm not sure he should, I would bring on Zuma for Rudiger, and I'd take Havertz off and put Ziyech on.
What, and play him Cam?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't have to be a strict Cam, does it? They can move about. He can go to the right and go to the left.
Yeah, be quite creative. Yeah,
just for the pure reason that this isn't working.
Yeah,
and again, it's difficult because again, if it's not just about this game. Right now, it is about this game. But if he does take Havertz off, then that's another massive hammer blow to his confidence. And it's all about getting that right, isn't it? And
and Havertz hasn't been terrible. He hasn't been terrible. But you say the same about Pulisic. You say the same about
well, to be fair, actually, Pulisic was Ziyech as well. But I just think that Ziyech could provide unpredictability by being either side. That's correct. I think maybe what I'd do is give these lads, like, you bollock them at half time, you absolutely bollock them, and you say you've got 10 minutes and I'm making changes. Weirdly, the attacking change I make is I say, Rudiger, this isn't about the defending, this is about goals. Rudiger, Zimmer. So that's the only thing I do, and I explained to Rudiger, this is about a corner threat, not about the appalling fucking defending that the team has done.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
Chapat's full of optimism, which I really do like. He said, "I feel Timo Werner coming on and score a hat trick."
Hey, Ace, if you're here, mate, can you do me a favour and just shut that down?
No, I love Shapat, mate.
No,
I'm
thank
kidding,
you, Shapat. I like you.
I mean, to be fair, Ace didn't need to because Marcus already said, "You're dreaming, mate. Werner's awful at the minute. The man doesn't know his arse from his elbow." But then Shapat went on to say, "Every game, I think Werner's going to have a masterclass, but it never happens. But at least I'm hoping, mate."
Well,
fair
I think
enough.
that's every Chelsea fan, isn't it? And it's so difficult and it's so confusing. But then again, I think, I think if he was under a Nagel, like, I'm not even slacking off Lampard. I'm just saying if he was under a Nagelsmann, he gave him a platform to score goals with Sabitzer behind him, and Danny Olmo came in, and Poulsen, and
You'd say it's probably like bad recruitment though at the end of the day because he's not the striker that Chelsea probably needed. The system that we want to play. The system that Werner clearly does well in is with the two up top, and we never really wanted to play that. So maybe then it boils down to bad recruitment.
Who should you have signed then, just out of curiosity?
There's a difficult Morata getting back. It's a difficult one because there's definitely an argument for did we need to sign someone? Do we just stick with Giroud and Tammy, two competent strikers who would get more minutes if Werner wasn't in the squad? Or do you wait for a Haaland in this window? But the thing is, it was so unpredictable because I don't think anyone would have actually said, yeah, getting Timo is a bad bit of business. No one actually said that. And if you're coming out and saying you did, you're chatting wet, mate, because everyone thought he was going to do well.
Yeah, he was my golden boot winner. I'm starting to look wrong.
Just a little bit. Unless he had a great second.
Actually, I did say Kane, but if he gets injured, Werner. I think that's what I said in my defence.
But to be honest, honestly though, like as much as it's rubbish right now, I mean he's not playing at the moment today, and he could have had maybe a good game today. You never know, unpredictable. But like I don't think it's completely over for him. We are only half a season in as well.
Of course it's not completely over it for him. He's not Pato, is he? Which is
I mean in a Chelsea shirt, yeah. No.
The more I think about Pato, the more confused I get.
Shevchenko confuses me more.
No, Pato, because he was obviously washed up before Chelsea decided to go for him, which was funny. But then also, just because just why? You had him at the same time as Falcao, didn't you? It was just like, what are you doing?
It was so bizarre. You know what? A lot of people like bring up Torres, right? And Torres had a terrible time at the start of his Chelsea career, but let's not forget the vital part he played in winning us the Champions League semi-final. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You cut out there for a second.
Yeah, sorry, I took my headphones out to charge for a little bit. So
fair enough. Yeah, no. So like if Timo Werner could supply something like that, I'm not saying he'd go in there, but he wouldn't be a failure. You know what I mean? Like Torres was not a failure.
No, of course he wasn't. There's like that. It's like I was thinking this the other day. Yarrow bought me a T-shirt with an embroidered Lucas Moura on, right?
Mm.
And I know that if we sold Lucas Moura tomorrow, I would agree with that decision. I don't think he's particularly good enough to play for this side.
Mm.
But I'll always love him, and he's absolutely worth the money because of that one night. And you know what? That's what football. Yeah. People forget that that's kind of what football's about sometimes.
Yeah, you've said this. You've made this point a couple of times recently. Yeah, it's about those moments. Like it's about that Torres goal. It's about that Drogba goal. It's about that Moura hat trick. It's about these special moments. And you know what, right? As well, take everyone's mind back to the Southampton game where Timo had a fucking wonderful game. There was this one dummy that he did where he let it through his legs and just dipped and got the space, and then took it around 3 players and scored a goal. And then later on that game, he even won the ball in the air, headed it over the keeper, and then tapped it in after that. It's there, it's in him. Like I think some people forget that it's in him. It's just confidence. It's just mental at the moment. It's his mentality at the moment that needs to change. And that's why I think taking him out the firing line was a good option.
But how do you get your confidence back then? When do you decide to play him? Who's your next game?
Luton's the next game. Play him then.
Fair.
But this is the difficult thing. It's like if he was having this kind of rough patch and we were still managing to win, it's okay. He could have different times to come in, maybe at the end of a game or maybe in lesser games, because every game is so big at the moment because of the bad form and that he's going to find it even harder to get confidence. So it is a difficult one to manage for Lampard for this Werner situation, but it's in him and it's on him to get that confidence, you know?
Yeah. It's just difficult. It's such a difficult conversation. A few more goals, Soldado might have got his confidence. A few more goals, Falcao wouldn't have flopped at both clubs. A few more goals, like Morata would still be at your club. It's such a fine line thing. And I genuinely, for Timo Werner, I hope it goes well. For Chelsea, I hope he goes, I hope he does horribly and then goes to Madrid. But, it's like a perfect example, right? Have you seen the Jovetic deal has gone through?
Yeah, went back to Frankfurt, hasn't he, on loan?
Yeah, so for Madrid, he has had 2 goals in 32 games. Yeah. He went back to Frankfurt. Already he's got 2 goals in like 38 minutes.
Yeah, he came on as a sub and scored 2, didn't he?
It's just like that. It's mad.
It's really, it's really weird. And who knows if Werner went back to Leipzig, he'd probably start scoring again. Just familiar surroundings, maybe. And like Jovic, Jovic is a good example there because he went to this huge club, and Real Madrid are bigger than Chelsea. And it's like you are expected to be 10 out of 10 most games with these big clubs, and the Chelsea board would have expected that as well. So when he wasn't performing that, and had his name in the headlines and all that kind of stuff. Maybe he's not used to that yet. Being at Leipzig, he was on hot form, and maybe if he didn't score in a couple of games, he wasn't being got at like he was here. So that's probably maybe playing on his mind as well. That's like another factor that could be discussed there.
Can we just put Pacey Guy's comment up, please, Jay?
No. I saw that a long time ago. Kobe the Kane did say, if you could replace any signings with any player, who would it be? 3 picks. It's difficult, that is.
For Chelsea?
I'm guessing so. Like, the obvious one would be replacing Werner, but I kind of don't want to. But that because he's not performing the way we should have.
Signings from this season, I assume, is the criteria, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
Chilwell for Reguilon, then.
Fuck you, because you know what it is. Reguilon's fucking class, but no, fuck you. I love Chilwell. I don't think the second half has kicked off now, and I don't think we've made any substitutes.
No, Werner got sent out to warm up, but I think that might be for
But watch, Werner will come out on the left wing. I don't think he'll take Tammy off. I think he'll take Pulisic off.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of fair with Pulisic not overly performing well, but also, again, he's on the wing.
You've got a lot of midfielders that aren't pure midfielders, like Mount and, Kovacic. They can be boxed in. I think you should try a 4-4-2 diamond.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that. What do you mean, like playing 2 strikers, 2 wide men, 2 midfielders?
I feel like it feels like you need. They're not particularly wide men either. Just keep it compact in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
like a diamond. So you've got 4 across the backs, 4 midfielders, one of which can be a bit more mobile, and then the 2 strikers. Because I remember Tottenham did this loads last season, and it was horrible to watch, but it did sort us out a bit.
It's an interesting one. Yeah, you're right as well, because like Mason Mount could thrive in like a central attacking mid role as well as
Mount would have to drop back a little bit, I think, and you'd have to have like a Ziyech or a.
I was about to say, imagine Mount and Ziyech though. I think them 2 would be quite good as those 2 midfielders, and then maybe having like a Gilmore and a Kovacic.
Did Kante get injured then, or has he just been dropped out?
No, he's injured.
Because he was playing poorly, wasn't he, before the injuries?
Yeah, he was playing really badly. Then he was suspended for the last game, and then I thought he was good for this game, but no, it turns out he was actually injured this game. So Yeah, he probably would have started. He was playing pretty rubbishly, though. He's losing the ball a bit too much.
And I did say it at the start, and he's not been setting the world alight, but he's solid and he's good, and he's just taken a throw in there. That's why it's reminded me. And he's just won the ball back again. Like I said, Castagne is massive for Leicester now that he's back.
Yeah, he's a good player. Leicester's have such a good team, and they have like a very settled squad as well. You typically know Leicester's first 11, and that's something we've struggled with all season.
And and that is good recruitment. Look at them; they lost Maguire. Soyuncu filled the space now. Soyuncu now doesn't even get a kick because of Fofana and Evans.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, like if Soyuncu would probably walk into your defence at the moment, in the form he was in, mate. If he could. I think, for instance, just the defence as a whole is better from Leicester, like player for player. I think Castagne was an upgrade on Chilwell, if I'm being perfectly harsh.
I think that's a bit harsh. I think they're two very good players, but an upgrade's going a bit far.
No, they played very well.
Chilwell was a very good player for Leicester, like a very good, strong player for them.
I think he was solid, but I don't think he was. I don't know. He doesn't excite me, Chilwell. The
thing is, like they just have so much confidence, Leicester. Like they just had this little backflip backflip. Oh no, back heel pass in the midfield just to dink around a player, and they're just playing with so much confidence. And you can see that's just something we haven't been playing with for so long now because of this horrible form. Rich Sport said, "Is the Spurs fan happy to see Chelsea losing?" Josh,
I'm always happy to see Chelsea losing. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not here to gloat.
Mate, they nearly scored a third. Then they probably should have.
I might be here to gloat. 1 second.
Shapat said, "I think this is kind of sort of what we were just saying, but I think our best formation is 4-1-2-1-2. For now, having Giroud and Werner up top, Havertz as a cam, and our fullbacks like going forwards.
Yeah, that is exactly what we were saying, pretty much. Like for instance, like what a lot of top teams do now.
That's a ball. Go on, Tammy. Oh, great defending.
I'm not seeing it a lot from Chelsea. Is most top teams have like Tottenham see Højbjerg play as centre back a lot because when we need him to. And like United have Matic. He drops in as a third centre back. Leicester
Henderson
having Didi. Henderson does it. Well, Henderson is a centre back.
Centre back now, apparently, but yeah.
Fernandinho or Rodri for City. And, if Kante's being pushed further forward because apparently he can do that, that's not good. And when you have Jorginho as the base, he can't do that. And right now, Kovacic or Mount?
Yeah, no, it'd be Kovacic as the DM.
You're missing that. And, it should be Kante's job. If not Kante, it should be Gilmore, I guess. But Gilmore's slightly more attacking, so it should be.
No, mate, that's a very, very, very valid point. That's something we haven't been doing. We were doing that. I think Kante was doing that at one point. That's a foul. He was sitting back and letting the other two, because when we were playing well, our midfield was Kante, Mount, and Havertz, and Mount and Havertz were allowed that ability to be more creative and go forward more because Kante was sitting deep. But then all of a sudden, Kante was being asked to go forward more, and then that that's a very valid point. That's the start of when it started to crumble, and the midfield has been a problem ever since. Rich said, just asking because one of my good friends is a Spurs fan, and so I'm aware that Spurs don't have the best record versus Chelsea historically.
No, I mean, I assume that you're American, actually, Rich, and I only say that because
I think he is.
Oh, just because the live streams are so late. That's the only reason I assume that.
I didn't think that, to be fair to you, Rich. I was
tuning really late live streams, and I'm always there like,
I was tuning in the other week. It was like 10 p.m. I was like, fucking hell.
I assume the times are different, but I apologise if I'm wrong there.
Big up, Rich. Rich is a part of a very cool group chat that we're all involved with.
I mean, it was cool until you said that. Fuck me.
Listen, I'm the coolest
A very
guy.
cool group chat we're all involved in.
I'm a very cool guy, Josh. I don't know if you know this.
I wasn't aware now.
The 4 years of knowing me, you didn't realise, no?
No, weird that.
It was weird. You're
Tell
the
you
only
what, I did briefly discuss why you went to the loo, by the way.
Go on.
Mount's little bit of chin pube.
He got rid of it recently, but because he grew it over lockdown, it comes back quicker now. It keeps appearing. No one's a fan of it, man. I don't like it. I like it when Pulisic has a beard, though.
There's a lot of bad facial hair on show today as well. Madison has a bit of a Wolverine.
Yeah, it's
mutton chops. The only player I've seen that suits it is Joe Rodon. Actually, looks like Wolverine.
He's a bad-looking guy, isn't he?
Who?
Rodon.
He's a bad-looking guy.
A mad-looking guy.
Oh man, he does. I'm totally up for him starting consistently now. Since I know it's only Sheffield, but I thought he put in apart from a shaky start, which is fair enough. He was excellent against you guys in the 0-0.
Yeah.
He was the best out of our three centre backs against Sheffield. He had more interceptions, more tackles, more duels won than anyone else on the pitch. I know it's only Sheffield, but still, he was higher than
one. Oh, you fucker!
He was higher than Dyer and Davis. So for me, Rodon should be a first team player every.
Your defense is weird, man.
It is weird. We did play a back three of Rodon, Dyer, and Davies.
That's so strange at the moment. I mean, it's Mourinho's fucking forte, isn't it? So it's you can't really question him too much, but it's so strange. Speaking of bad,
Fofana.
That is disgusting, man. They just when they attack. Oh fuck! Oh, he's offside. Thank God
Why
for
is it
that.
A broken heart.
Oh my God, they scored, but it's offside. All Brighton of all fuckers. Listen, when they do
it, a broken heart, Jay.
The fuck, because he's making us upset. That's what it is. We got very lucky that he's offside there, because literally, they just cut him. Whenever they attack us, they just cut through us like we're nothing. Literally, all Brighton had loads of space to turn around and shoot. I was just about to make the point as well after Fofana's shit hair was that we're starting to press them a bit, and maybe it's a good sign, but then that happens. But Thiago Silva's thinking, what the fuck have I done?
Why? Thiago, it's not like he's covered himself in glory.
Hey, Thiago Silva's world class, man. Still, honestly, I know. We had this argument early on in the season, and when I was making those arguments, I was very scared that it was going to go wrong for me, and you were just going to be like, "I told you so." I know we're not playing well, but he's a beautiful player still.
You're 10th.
Listen, who has the best haircut at Chelsea? Says Kobe the Kane, and
definitely not Reece James.
It is not Reece. The blonde highlights as well. When he added those, I was just like, Reece, why? We have a lot of so there's Tammy, who has really strange hair.
Tammy's hair is awful. He has one of my dream cars though. Tammy, I saw on a Instagram reel the other day.
I saw that. Wait, what is it though? Is it
the 4x4 Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Enus, I think.
Yeah,
too close to Anus, but
I think Hudson-Odoi has a G-Wagon as well, which I thought was funny.
Gilmore had a matte black Mercedes. I'm sorry, Gilmore should not. That is the problem with football, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Pulisic had a fucking really shit Porsche, and I was like, bro, you've got the money, get a better car.
No. To be fair, you've got some average haircuts at Chelsea, haven't you? Really?
I was about to say this. There's no middle ground. There's Tammy and Reese's, which is a bit mental, but then you've got a lot of just standard short back and sides from the lads.
Kante
has good hair. So to answer your question, Kobe,
I'm still thinking of an answer.
You know, I'll say Tammy's because I've never seen anyone have that hair.
Don't like Tammy's hair at all.
I've never seen anyone have it, so I'm just
too high.
but it's good. It's mental how it works. I don't understand it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah, no, that was sketch. Havertz just held up the ball well there, which
Yuri
was nice.
Tielemans. Tottenham could have had the chance to sign Tielemans as well, and we didn't. I'm very sad about that.
He's another class player. Leicester are a weird club, man. They just find they sell their big players for so much money, and then they find these brilliant players, and then they'll sell them again for big money. They've just got such a good model going at the moment.
Yeah, no, yeah, it annoys me, and they don't. I mean, they obviously deserve. No, they didn't. They didn't deserve the league. I still stand by that.
Go on! Oh my god! Come on, we need a goal soon. Or just give Jamie Vardy loads of room to run in. Oh, okay, that's a foul. I really need another win, but I'm scared they'll score. Also, I'm scared what you'll say when I'm gone.
Just put the quiz music on and we'll come back.
The viewers will go absolutely down if we put that on. Oh, it just fizzles out.
Honestly, Jay, do you see a way back into this? What you were saying that he doesn't make subs soon enough, and Chelsea haven't exactly come out and changed the game, have they? I know they've had a few chances, but they haven't.
18 major trophies with PSG. That's crazy. I do see a way back into this because it's only 2. If they had scored the third, absolutely not. Because it's 2, you get the 1, you get the confidence, you go for the next one. But we really need to be taking the chances that we're creating. Like you said, I don't see anyone warming up at the moment. A substitute needs to. But who does he bring? Ziyech is the one that springs to mind. Pat said, "Come on, Chelsea, do a West Ham. If only we had Lanzini."
I'm over that now, believe it or not.
Oh yeah, I mean, hopefully, mate. We've had 72% possession, but again, that doesn't bother me anymore because we aren't taking the chances with that possession. It's interesting the way we're playing as well. Like Tammy seems to be. It seems to be like Havertz is really getting forward with Tammy, and we're almost like we're playing 2 up top when we're attacking. But we're not Chelsea have been known to spam crosses in recently, and we aren't doing that today. Even though we've got 2 tall blokes in there. Yeah, I think for some reason Thiago Silva's changing his boot, so I'm going to go for it away.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
Now, will Chelsea concede again while Jay goes to the league? That's the question. That would be heartbreaking for him, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah. No, if you are playing sort of Havertz and Abraham up top, as much as it's such a difficult one with football because what's the bigger indictment? Is it bringing Werner on and him again not scoring, or is it not bringing Werner on because you don't trust him? What's worse? It's a really tricky situation that they're in now. Personally, I'd put Werner on now. Or do you bring him when no, I don't know, because part of me thinks you should wait till you're winning, but then you're never winning at this rate. Sorry, guys, you're not. And then you bring him on and say, look, we're 2 up, go and get some fucking goals. But at the same time, you should just drag him up and say, get out there and score. Not even, 1 goal. Just a consolation. Something to build on. Play to his strengths. Because they're clearly not, are they? Clearly Werner's strengths are not being played at all on. I don't know. I'm glad it's happening, to be fair. I'm a Tottenham fan. Which is bizarre if anyone quickly just zooms on the chat on the live stream now, isn't it? Just a Tottenham fan sat by himself watching Leicester Chelsea. I mean, both of these clubs haters anyway, don't they? Ever since the bloody title race, Leicester tried to forge a rivalry with us. Yes, there was a rivalry for that season. Hi, Jay.
You talk about how much you hate Leicester.
No, I'm talking about how much Leicester hate Tottenham.
They shouldn't do. They got one over you.
Yeah, but they still literally tried to be one of our rivals, and Tottenham were like, no, we have enough rivals. Go away.
We have enough people hating us. Someone said Chelsea have disappointed me today, and the offside goal sums it up.
Well, yeah, I was just saying, Jay. What do you think? It's such a predicament now because what's worse, bringing Werner on and him not scoring again, or not having the faith to bring Werner on?
I'd say not having the faith, because if he comes on and doesn't score, it's not like any of the other lads did any better. It's like, well, but if you don't bring him on at all, it is like, well, we don't trust you.
Yeah. I think he needs to come on now because for me, I still am convinced Havertz is. He had that one run where he broke through the lines, but for me, Chelsea were just on the attack now. I just don't see it with Havertz. He's on the ball now, and he's just drilled it straight into Evans straight away.
Werner is taking off his gear, so he's getting ready to come on. And Ziyech is okay. Ziyech and Werner double change. I'm okay with that. Ziyech it can bring a lot of magic, and you know what, Werner, it's a fucking good chance for you to tell people why the fuck we bought you, mate. Oh, that was nice from Reece. That's what we missed from Reece. And I know we're 2-0 down, but I don't know who lost the ball, but he just went in, put the perfect pass to tackle in, and just retrieved the ball straight away. There's no bullshit. There's no dilly-dallying. This is our ball now. We've missed that so much in the past couple of games. I wonder who's going to
see the bright sides, don't you, Jay?
I'm an optimistic guy, mate.
It should be Havertz.
Havertz and
so Ziyech and Werner then.
I'd say Pulisic and Havertz. So Ziyech will potentially play midfield-ish cam role along the outside, and then I'd probably put Werner out on the left, which again isn't the best. But actually, maybe.
Why would you do?
No. Maybe we put Werner and Tammy up top, Ziyech out on the right, Hudson-Odoi out on the left.
Yeah.
There you go. Big brain energy. That's why I need to be the manager. I said in my preview, I said at the end I made all these points, I made all these predictions, and I said right at the end, I was like, but listen, I'm not the manager. I'm just a silly little YouTuber, so don't really need to I'm making all these points and they could be invalid. And it's like I think a lot of people forget.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like Frank makes a lot of like-for-like substitutions. He doesn't really I know you said he has once, but he doesn't seem to often change the system in a game.
No, he doesn't. Well, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. Sometimes it's weird. This is another pet peeve of mine. Maybe is sometimes Drew will be playing and he'll bring Tammy on, and Tammy will be playing and we'll just have every attacker on the pitch, and it just never works. So sometimes he does try and change the system, but it also doesn't work. But yeah, there has been a lot of light fight. It's not as bad as Sarri though. Sarri was literally Willian for Pedro.
Yeah, this is a time where at Tottenham it's very confusing because whether it works or doesn't, suddenly Ben Davies will come off for Lo Celso, and me and Ross will spend the next 5 minutes trying to work out what the fuck formation we're actually playing. It's great fun, interesting.
He tried to sort it out. That's the Mourinho.
Regulon comes on and Ross all right, Davies off, fair enough. Hang on a minute, Davies is still on the pitch. Why's Regulon on? And you just sat there going, what?
Davies is now the fucking striker. What? This was a while ago.
He's a very good player to have, Davies. Sorry.
I was going to say, did you see Ivanovic playing striker for West Brom?
Yes. He's been dropped now. So sad.
He's so sad. Big Sam. I thought Big Sam would like him. Right.
Big
so
Sam,
there's some
doesn't fancy him. No, it doesn't fancy him.
Is that Chilwell? I think it's for Chilwell.
Who is it?
Oh, so Havertz and Hudson-Odoi have come off. Ziyech and Werner have come on. I'm surprised with Hudson-Odoi. I really am.
So So is it why he again hasn't done anything?
He's been better than Pulisic, though. I'd say.
Yeah, but then again, I haven't played and I've been better than Pulisic.
I don't know about that.
It was a joke.
No, Josh, I'm going to take that as tactical analysis, and I'm not sure on it. So that must mean, Ziyech out on the right, Werner up top with Tammy. I'm not too against that, but
And again, it doesn't feel like a formation switch really. There, that does feel like very much like Werner's on the left.
Yeah, but it is taking off a midfielder for a forward.
Well, Havertz isn't a midfielder, is he? He's an attacker. But Havertz is definitely an attacker, really.
Yeah, no, especially in the game where we've had a lot of possession.
I mean, yeah, and let's be honest, Havertz has been playing striker for the past 10.
Yeah. No. I mean, Ziyech offers different qualities though for sure, but yeah, it's been like for like swaps, and it's happened earlier than normal, but also does sort of feel a bit late because there's only 20 minutes left. There's only 20 minutes left.
I
don't.
I'm going to do a fan. I don't like it.
No,
I'm going
to do a fan camera. I've got no clue what I'm going to say.
I'll help you. I just think that, as much as I don't like it sometimes, it makes me feel a bit dirty. Sometimes Mourinho ruthlessly dragging someone off at half time, but then playing them in the next game, it works.
It does. It absolutely does. But again,
I bet Mason had a good game.
Yeah, he did. I think he did, and he's been one of the best players this season so far. But Frank's done that once, and needs the balls to do it again. But again, he's an inexperienced manager. Mourinho's been doing this for years. He knows when to do that, when not to do that. Because he's trialed it so many times. He can pull back from managerial experience.
Mourinho won the treble with Porto when he was an experienced manager.
Yeah, but
there are levels still.
But come on.
And then he won a treble with Inter Milan.
Yeah, but Mourinho's as much as people like to meme him and all this, Mourinho's top 5 managers of the modern era.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe not now, but definitely collectively.
Yeah, he gets a lot of memed, and it's because he doesn't do it the beautiful way, but he's a winner. But can he win with Tottenham? Can he win
so
that?
For me, it's just. Oh, okay. Let's see. All right. So who was that? That was Pulisic that sort of tried to control the ball there, and then. Yeah, I'm surprised he has survived. To be honest. Bless me.
Who survived? Sorry.
I'm surprised Pulisic has made it this far into the game.
Yeah, same to be honest. I would have kept Hudson-Odoi on. I think as much as no one on the pitch has done anything to warrant, a really good performance, he's been better than Pulisic. Go on, pass it. Oh, good tackle. Is it gone for a goal kick as well? Is that Castagna? Because that was brilliant from him. And look at Pulisic looking all stroppy as well now. Werner did really well to beat team,
doesn't he?
And he's done brilliant pass to Pulisic, but Castagna's just handled it like with ease.
He's no Clint Dempsey, is he? Pulisic, fair to say.
Don't fucking compare Pulisic to Clint Dempsey.
To be fair, right now, if his career ended today, Clint Dempsey's been a far better player. So actually, I think you're being a bit hard.
Yeah, but
America's second best ever player. I know. I'm just saying. Right now, America's second best ever player, in my opinion, is Dempsey, or maybe third.
What, Tim Howard?
Tim Howard, maybe. And Brad Friedel.
Oh, do you remember that? Was it that World Cup?
But anyway, it's Donovan.
That World Cup where Tim Howard just wouldn't let any goal in. Do you remember that?
Oh, when they played Belgium, didn't they? And he made like 23 saves or something mad. I do remember that.
That was a beautiful time. There's always something special about a goalkeeper when a goalkeeper has a really good day. Like that goalkeeper against United. I forget the name. Was it United? Recently, this year.
Do you mean against Tottenham? Because they could list 3 fucking keepers.
No, not guy. I think he was from. I think he was. Oh my God! Why is this escaping me now?
What did he play for, Jay?
It was in a European competition.
What, this season?
Yeah, this season. I think it was against. I think it was against.
It's Istanbul Bekkenstar.
No, it weren't them. So it definitely weren't United.
That's who would have had to. Right. Did you just mean us? Because it's Carl Darlow, Guaita, and who else had a worldly performance?
Copenhagen keeper.
Did he not score an own goal?
No, who was it though? This is going to kill me now, and doesn't matter about anything.
Right. While you think about this, I'm going to tell you a story about Brad Friedel and Tim Howard.
Okay.
In like an article or like a piece of writing or something, Tim Howard accused Brad Friedel of writing to Man United and saying that he wasn't good enough. And like Brad Friedel is like an American legend. America loves Brad Friedel. So Tim Howard wrote this letter saying like Friedel's disgrace that's ruined my career. And eventually, like, in a few weeks, it came out like that was just bullshit. And like obviously Brad Friedel never said anything to anyone of the sort. And there was always a weird feud between Brad Friedel and Tim Howard.
I think I do recognise that, to be honest. So it definitely was.
I read about that in Manchester.
It was definitely Johnson for Copenhagen versus Manchester United.
Yeah, did he not have a worldie in one game and then in the next throw it into his own net?
Maybe, but that basically the point I'm trying to make, anyway, we've completely gone around it, is when a goalkeeper just has a day where just nothing will go in.
I think it's something like the top 3 keeping records in the Premier League are like against Tottenham or something like that.
That is a Spurs stat, isn't it?
It used to be Tim. The record used to be when we played Tim Krul for Newcastle, and we had like 14 shots on target, and we were talking good shots.
Madison's coming off
behind everything. For him.
I mean, Guaita was fucking class the other week, and then he was literally like Manuel Neuer, and then literally, was it like a couple of days later, he was just awful.
It was awful against Liverpool, wasn't he? Because they scored like 6 or 7. But also Guaita, particularly annoyingly, put in an absolute howler for us, and then played world class for the rest of the game, which was even worse.
Oh, yeah. Perez and Ricardo. Not Perez.
Ricardo Pereira. Yeah, it's Ricardo Pereira has really fallen off the pecking order, isn't he? I, to be honest, thought he was one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League last season.
Yeah, he was. He really was. I mean, the go-to for knowledge is on FIFA. He's 85, right?
What should concern you guys now is just the fact that obviously he did miss that one goal, but just the fact that Vardy hasn't had his say yet on this game should worry you.
Yeah, it's a Vardy 85th nasty.
It is the kind of game where it's suddenly Chelsea have thrown everyone forward, the ball then gets cleared, and you don't, as an audience member, you don't even realise what's happened because the camera hasn't panned to it yet. But suddenly Vardy's 1-on-1, and you're like, "What? No."
Yeah, I can see that happening. I don't know what to think.
The one thing I will say about Chelsea, Jay,
I mean, this live stream's kept me well distracted from how sad this game is. Make your point.
Yeah, I was just going to say that this is. I think you should, you should buy that kit that Adam sent you. I think that's a must.
It's a replica, though.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
Did it have all the official branding though, or not?
Well, it had the cores on it, which made me think it wasn't a replica, but it was a replica.
Did it have the Umbro? Was it Umbro?
Yeah, it was at the time. I didn't know it. I didn't see that actually.
What do you mean by replica, Jay? Because most kits, every kit you own is a replica because it's.
Well, it said in the description it's a replica. That's all I know.
Right. Well, you might want to have a look again then, because every kit comes in authentic and replica, and I don't have a single authentic kit, and I doubt you do either, really, unless that retro Chelsea one is, because that's not the way it's done anymore. The 60 quid kits are replica kits, and the 80 quid kits are authentic kits.
Yeah, the vapor match. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know.
But I was also going to just say this is an absolutely, lovely Chelsea shirt, and it pains me to see that. I'd say that, but
it's beautiful, isn't it?
I think this blue would suit your eyes, Jay. I think you should be purchasing it.
Not after today. Maybe at the end of the season when it's cheaper.
After today.
Yeah, no.
Maybe if you buy the kit, they'll be able to afford Brandt. Not Brandt, Haaland. Not Brandt.
Brandt. Should we get Brandon instead?
I think Brandt's going to go to Arsenal, isn't he?
Is he? Him and Havertz are like best mates.
And Havertz doesn't look like the kind of guy that has best mates. He looks like the kind of guy that microwaves hamsters.
He's fucking evil looking, isn't he? Yeah,
it looks like you walk in on Kai Havertz and they'll what are you doing? And they'll just go, there's a hamster just going down in the microwave.
There was this shot early on.
If there's ever a live action remake of Toy Story 2, sorry. Toy Story 1, you should play the 2.
Yeah, fuck you. That's harsh, that is. If he shaved his hair, though. No, earlier on in his career, there was this shot and he was on the bench, and I think he was sat there with like his jacket over his mouth, and he was looking down at the pitch, and he literally all of a sudden just looked right into the camera lens, and it was terrifying. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, well played, Mendy. Vardy nearly just teared us up there.
Did the thing that I said he'd do.
Weren't 1-on-1 because I think Rudiger was there, and Rudiger got put on the floor.
Ah, okay. How do you feel, mate? Not even just about Tomori going, but the fact that you're clearly showing faith in Rudiger over him that's the thing that's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing that probably frustrates me the most, because if you're going to drop Zuma, for me, I've said it earlier on in the stream, Tomori is our third best defender at the club. He's really good. He proved himself at the Liverpool game we were losing early on in the season. We were doing terribly, and then Christensen got sent off, and then he came on in replacement of someone and really just performed so well. And he was Derby's player of the year the season before last, and there's so much talent there.
We know.
It really does. Oh, we know. And it baffles me really. It does make, I've told you so many times, like that one's really confusing. And then for me, there has to be something other than football stopping him playing for Chelsea more. Because can you think of another reason why? Because he's such a good baller.
Has he said anything about the Chinese concentration camps that you know of?
I don't know of that, but maybe they've kept it that secret, you know. But then like I said, AC Milan's a great move for him if he gets minutes there.
It's good experience, I think.
Good little day out for him. I like the AC Milan kit this year as well. So Maybe I'll buy it with Tomori on the
I
back.
preferred it last year, but I do like it. But I preferred it last year. I really liked the thin stripes last year. And do you remember they released that like anniversary one that had all the gold?
Yeah.
We put it in the back of hers chat.
Yeah, no, they. I mean, AC Milan and Inter Milan are just two of the most sexy clubs, aren't they?
Well, they were. Inter Milan was.
Inter Milano.
We've discussed this. Inter Milano
Mm.
getting rid of Pirelli. The San Siro's getting knocked down.
And they're building just a shit modern stadium that has no personality. You'd think they could come up with something quite cool that incorporates maybe the spires or maybe the fucking red bits at the top. They could incorporate something cool into a modern design, but they're just making a fucking circle stadium, man.
Yeah, which is why I think we did quite a good job on ours. I'm quite pleased with the Tottenham Stadium.
Oh, your stadium's one of the best in the world.
Like, have you seen like?
I mean, you don't
just
if
you can put your bias aside. If you ever want to watch Richard Hammond's Big on the Tottenham Stadium, that's a good episode. So you've seen the Tottenham episode. It's a good episode, isn't it?
Because you see the move in the floor and stuff, don't you? The pitch.
Yeah, my favourite thing about the stadium, just from a nerd point of view, is just the fact that all of the weight goes into those two pillars that just branch out like a tree.
Oh, like a tree, yeah.
That's madness.
It's good. It's you'd be silly not to know that your ground is good, and they did a good job. But you know what? You were lucky that you've learnt from mistakes from Arsenal.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't even luck. We literally apparently sat in meetings with. Apparently, we sat in meetings with all of the Arsenal, like the publicly available Arsenal plans, and basically made sure that we didn't do the same thing because it didn't work.
Yeah, Pulisic went on a lovely run then, just got quite badly tackled from Fofana with his shit haircut.
Fofana's come out of nowhere, hasn't he? Very good player.
Yeah, literally out of nowhere. But Leicester, like we've said it already, Leicester do that out of nowhere. Like I'd never heard of Soyuncu until Maguire went, but there he was.
I'd heard of him just because I had seen the Farquad memes.
I thought he was going to say I've played a career with Leicester, because normally you've played a career with everyone, so you know everyone's full squad.
Nah. Jay, my knowledge of kit numbers and stuff isn't just of FIFA. It's also just watching. I do just absorb kit numbers and names.
I know you do. Players. I know you do. I know it's weird. We got. Is it in? I don't know if it's in. It's fucking offside. Fuck's sake! I didn't know if it was in or not. I didn't know if we weren't celebrating. Werner's just sat in just offside position.
Did Werner score then? Yeah.
Yeah, Werner got his toe on it. It was quite a good goal, to be fair, because it was so far away from him. But yeah, he was just offside from. I think they're getting the lines out. It'd be harsh on Leicester if this is a goal. They're getting the lines out, Josh.
Well, I do enjoy when they get the lines out. They're going to give it?
I don't know. Mate, it's so marginal. Offside. It's given offside. Mate, it was
originally he didn't know it was offside. He was just had his German. He for 5 seconds he runs off with German. Right, come on, let's do this.
That's why I was confused.
I think he's on there. You know,
it is centimeters, I'd say, because it's like his shoulder and the other player's shoulder, isn't it? Sorry, Thomas O'Dog put a comment in saying who's getting relegated.
Sheffield, obviously.
You know what? Your shout for Leeds is looking more and more likely, and I think I'm in your camp with Leeds now.
Oh, mate, they're gonna plummet. I told you exactly how the season was. Leeds. I'm still saying it. Leeds. I just haven't got there yet. I've forgotten about that, but yeah. They've not done well enough. They haven't got enough points to survive. the eventual fall off that will happen to them.
I think
It'll be a
Leeds.
tragic
I think
tale of Bielsa.
Leeds instead of West Brom because of Big Sam.
No, I think West Brom will still go down. I think it'll be those three. Who else am I missing? Who else is down there?
Fulham.
No, I think Fulham will stay up. They've played very good football against us. They were so. I mean, you genuinely played dreadfully against Fulham. Like you did.
Yeah, they had.
I know you got
two
the win, but it was dread. You know, they got the draw against us. They got the draw against Liverpool. They've got some really good results. I'm fully back for them. So I think it'd be West Brom, Leeds, and Sheffield.
Yeah, I think Leeds are like people still forgetting.
Basically, just a big middle finger to the Midlands.
Yeah, great, cool. Listen, the Midlands teams are just shit other than Villa.
No,
And
West Brom
been
did lose today, didn't they? Sorry, just before I confirm that prediction. They did.
Yeah.
It was 2-1. It was 2-1 when I checked. It stayed 2-1, did it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't actually know for certain, mate, but I think so.
Let's have a quick look.
Go on. And as you say that, Kobe the Lane saying who's going to win the championship?
Championship. For me, I hope it's Norwich. Not because I want to see Norwich back, just because apparently Oliver Skipp, who's on loan from us, is apparently absolutely just become a linchpin for that team. So I like that. Part of me thinks Brentford finally deserve the chance to be up here.
I don't know if they'll win it though.
What, Brentford? Well, let's have a quick look at the table now, shall we?
Go on.
So top of the table right now is Norwich.
Yeah, then
Swansea.
Bournemouth.
I'd like to see Swansea back. Bournemouth are fifth now. They've dropped off a bit.
What?
Swansea are second, and I'd really like. I like Swansea in the Premier League. I thought they were a really good Premier League team when they were up, and I enjoyed them. So I hope Swansea wins it personally, but only Norwich because of Oliver Skipp. But yeah, Reading's fourth. That would be shit. Watford's third. Don't want Watford back.
No, I don't want Watford back.
Don't want Stoke back.
Yeah.
My absolute dream would be for Barnsley to sneak off through the playoffs. That would be the dream.
I personally want.
Not going to happen.
I think it's a shame that Fulham of West Brom have come up because they're just. I mean, like you said, Fulham might go down again, but these, I'd rather
West Brom
other
might go
people
down again.
Yeah, I'd rather other people go down and then I don't know, like Burnley, man. And if Elliot, you're still watching, I'm sorry, but I just want Burnley gone. I don't like playing them. I don't like them in the league.
I don't like playing them, but that's why I respect them. I've got a lot of time for Burnley.
But more often than not, Chelsea have beat them. So it's I hate just playing them, but we should get the result against them. So it's it's annoying.
What was I about to Google before I got distracted by the championship?
Kobe the Kane is a Norwich fan, I think. He said, being a Norwich fan, seeing Skipp is defensively solid and he does make good runs.
Yeah, I don't think he scored for you guys yet. I keep checking, and I don't think he's ever going to be a goal threat, but he does seem to dictate and really sit in that CDM, and he looks class. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. What was I looking at, Jay? We were talking about teams, and I was talking about.
He said that he's not scored a goal yet.
You know what? I think we're being a bit harsh on Leeds looking at the table.
Yeah, but they're shit, man.
They're 11 points. They're 11 points off the drop. They're above Wolves.
They might be lucky. Yeah, maybe are a bit hard. They might be lucky from the fact that just a heavy touch. They might be lucky from the fact that other teams have been shit. Like you say, Palace and Wolves, two decent teams, just haven't performed too great this year. So Ziyech just a heavy touch
Brighton
and
is obviously a very good shout.
Yeah. Brighton a bit like Leeds in the fact that they play good football, but they're not getting the results that football isn't getting them results.
But Leeds don't play good football. I'm not having it. I just don't buy it.
They don't
Every
play good
team would
defense.
play like Leeds if they only attacked. Yeah, every team could do that. If you're telling me Tottenham just didn't blow to the wind, if you said, actually, fuck you, Alderweireld and Dyer, we're going to just attack, we'd be class. But you would also lose.
It was
That's what the Premier League is.
It was the Liverpool tactic a couple seasons ago, though, wasn't it? No, they didn't want to do anything.
And they never won the league with it because they were never going to.
No, yeah, they had to figure it out. Shapat saying that Lampard needs to get sacked.
Shapat, if you've been a Chelsea fan for a while, you have to be so careful with those sentences. It's so difficult. I know results suggest he should get sacked. I know that he probably should get sacked, but you've got to be careful. You've got.
Listen, you'll never catch me saying.
Chelsea's trying to change. Chelsea, the one thing people like Jay want, and I know it's not what every Chelsea fan wants. Some Chelsea fans just want the trophies to. But some Chelsea fans, and as much as it says, I make this argument a lot, and it's easy to make this argument because that's a fantastic tackle from Johnny Evans. You've won it all, and I know Tottenham hasn't won everything, but football's not just about the winning. I mean, I would love to win something. I'm not sitting here and saying, "Oh, it's fine. I don't want to win," but the journey is sometimes just as good as the destination, to use the cheesy phrase. And winning it with Lampard, if you did, is sweeter than winning it with anyone else, because that's what it would be.
Absolutely. Like last season, the thought of Lampard lifting the FA Cup trophy when we was in that final last season, like that, just the thought of it alone got me excited. Kobe said, "Good stream, guys. Unlucky on the last. Thanks, Kobe, mate. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's been nice having you
not looking
along."
at me, Kobe, mate. I'm a Tottenham fan. Let's have it fucking damn it. Nah, it's actually quite upsetting. It means Leicester have climbed a gap on us as well. A draw would have been good for me, to be honest.
Yeah, because Leicester are up there now. I think they're going to show the table now, aren't they? Yeah, Leicester are first now, actually.
I don't think I still.
Leicester are fucking first.
Yeah,
I mean, they're obviously got a game behind United and City, 2 games behind. But
Liverpool and City, yeah.
We're now sat in 8th. We've given the opportunity for Southampton to climb above us. Everton have got 2 games in hand and they're 6th. We're just making it so hard for ourselves and a bigger mountain to climb. And I don't even know what to say about that game. We didn't play terrible, but we didn't make enough chances. We didn't create enough. We didn't have enough bite and to take the game. Because the game was there to be took, to be honest. Leicester were good, and when they had chances, they took them. But there was large portions of the game where we could have and should have got goals and just didn't.
I just quickly had a quick Google. So you are very fortunate, Jay, in the fact that the 2 teams breathing down your neck now of Southampton and Arsenal, they play each other next.
That is
so that's fortunate for you. But when we do talk about that, we do talk about, yes, Southampton. You know, what's more embarrassing? I don't mean this to be a dick, but having Southampton breathing down your neck when we all know that Southampton are a very, very good team this season. But the brutal fact is, meme Arsenal are 2 points behind you now.
Oh yeah, no, but we've become a meme now.
Not yet. You're allowed to have bad seasons. You're allowed to have bad runs without being a meme yet, Jay.
I'd say
this is the trouble with Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, United fans. Tottenham fans could sit in 9th, and yes, we'd be pissed off, but also we'd just be like, fuck, home. We're finally home.
Yeah, and it just comes from that. Like Adam the other day, you know, what did he say? What did he say now? I can't remember what he said, but he was being very entitled. I'm just looking at the league. For me, Southampton are a better team than Arsenal right now. They should win that game. That means
did he not
they'd go
say?
ahead of us.
Did Adam not say it sucks though because we should be top of the table by more?
Oh yeah. That was it. Like we should be more. So fuck
And
up
he
your
popped
top.
his Komodo on and left.
Yeah, no. Oh,
Right,
listen,
anyway,
we're gonna end the stream.
Yeah.
Thank you for anyone that dropped by and stuck with us. We do appreciate it. I'm fucking devastated. I don't know what's going to happen. Lampard's future is now even more in doubt with Chelsea's board. That result was just not the exact opposite. It's on a thread. The fans are going to be. I haven't looked at Twitter or anything. The fans are going to be just disgusting tonight. I'm going to probably stay away from it. But no, thanks for joining the stream, everyone. Tell your dads. And
Hey, dads, come on, you Spurs.
A fan cam is coming.